If you're thinking about living in White Plains, this is for you. We're talking about cost of living. It's going to tell you whether White Plains can fit into your financial pocket or not. My name is Marc Giles, and today I'm going to share with you the cost of living in White Plains and see if it can fit into your budget. I want you to stick around to the end of this video because at the end I'm going to give you an amazing bonus tip that's going to knock your socks off. Additionally, if you have any questions anytime, feel free to text me, call me. I'm always here for you. So White Plains is the perfect mix of cool suburbia and city vibes. And the downtown scene is buzzing with shops and fun. So when we're talking about the cost of living in White Plains, what you want to do is you want to take the averages. So I'm using the US Census data to gather some of this information and also from other agencies. So for example, according to Zillow today in 2024, the average one family house in White Plains, New York is selling for approximately $700,000. That's average, median, right? So you'll find some houses cheaper, you find a lot more expensive, but when you average it out, it's about $7,000. Okay, so when you're owning a home, you also have to pay property tax. So according to the census data, the property taxes in White Plains are approximately $12,000 a year. So that comes out to an additional $1,000 a month on top of the mortgage payment. So if you're earning $145,000 a year, you could buy a $700,000 house in White Plains. That's the cost of living for housing in White Plains if you want to live in a single family house. So let's move along. The cost of food in White Plains, the cost of transportation in White Plains will vary also. If you're taking public transportation, you can get a pass from the MTA for $130 a month, and you can come and go on the buses and trains as often as you want. And the good news is that works for New York City as well as Westchester County. So those bus passes they really come in handy. But if you're going to own a car, obviously the cost of living is going to go higher, right? You have your car payment, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 a month. Then you have your gas, and you also have your auto insurance. It starts to pile up. So if you choose not to have a car, it will reduce your cost of living. Now let's talk about the monthly salaries that the average person earns in White Plains. And this is what you really want to use in order to determine the cost of living. So if the average income of the individual in White Plains is about $65,000 a year, and the average income for a family is about $109,000 a year. So when you're breaking down the costs, if you're making $109,000 a year, then your monthly income is gross income before they take out tax is $9,083. To determine what is affordable, once again, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac determined that 45% of your income allocated towards housing costs would leave you spending $4,087 per month. If you're paying $3,000 a month and your gross income is $9,083 a month, that should feel very affordable. When you have a clear overall view of your financial picture, looking at your income, and then also taking a look at your expenses, where am I spending my money, you can start to get a better feeling for your ability to make choices that will improve your lifestyle. So what we offer here is our ability to take a look at your overall life. So let's talk about financial stability. What is the median after-tax salary in White Plains? The median after-tax salary for a person living in White Plains is approximately $4,009 a month. That's after taxes, not before. And the median rental income in White Plains is approximately $1,500 per month. You might find that the average person with the average income can extend their living expenses for about a month and a half if they have the average rental income with the average median salary. So now we're coming to the prices for goods and services living in White Plains, New York. When it comes to meals and eating out, a typical lunch might set you back about $20 if you're sitting down and eating, sometimes about $15 if you're ready to take it and go. For a quick budget-friendly option, you can still find bargains at McDonald's where you might be able to get a meal for $10. It's essential to consider the prices of these essential items when you're planning your budget or making financial decisions. So as promised earlier, I want to share with you a cost comparison of nearby cities. Now the average median income in the New Haven Bridgeport area is about $54,000, while the average median income in White Plains is $109,000. If you're living in White Plains and you can make $109,000 and you can commute to Bridgeport, New Haven area, you're going to find or feel that the cost of living is a lot lower in the Bridgeport, New Haven area compared to somebody living in that Bridgeport, New Haven area earning $54,000. Now in New York City, the average income is $76,000. That's your average median income according to the census tract data. So the people living in White Plains tend to have a higher income than those living in the 5 boroughs of New York City. Now when you move from New York City to White Plains, you're probably going to find that it feels like it's more expensive to live in White Plains than in New York City if you continue to earn the average median income of $79,000 of a person in New York City. What's interesting though is that you can commute. There's a lot of people who do commute from New York City to White Plains. And so there might be a lot of people who live in White Plains that are still working in New York City, but they're enjoying the higher income that is given by New York City, so they move to the suburbs. When we're looking at housing as a result of cost of living in New Haven, Bridgeport area, the average one-family home, according to Zillow, is about $276,000. And when you compare that to the average single-family home in White Plains, New York, which is $700,000, that's a big difference. So once again, the income of $54,000 living in the Bridgeport, New Haven, makes the house for $275,000 affordable, whereas for the guy who's making $109,000 and thinking about commuting an hour, hour and a half to work, he's going to try and take advantage of those houses in those areas outside of New York where the commute is not as easy to get to, only because it feels like it's really affordable because of the income disparity. But if you're living in New Haven, Bridgeport, and earning the average income in New Haven, Bridgeport, and buying a house, you'll find that it's going to feel more expensive than if you were earning double the salary living in White Plains and then decided to commute to New Haven. So there are other factors that influence or should influence, or things that you should take into account when you're making these types of decisions of where to move or relocate to, because there are other factors like the job opportunities, the quality of services that are being provided in the area. Are you receiving the type of lifestyle and affordability that you're really looking for? In a nutshell, living in White Plains is a cool mix of city vibes and city excitement, all in your hands. So understanding the cost of housing, transportation, entertainment, as well as food is very important when you're making your decisions. And also consider the nearby cities in the surrounding areas as well when you're planning to find your dream home. I look forward to working with you. Please call me if you have any questions anytime. I'm always here for you. And if you're thinking about attending one of our home buyer workshops, they're free, they're online. You can click the link below, get on our mailing list. I'd love to see you there. If you're interested in getting an overall financial picture of your financial capabilities, resources, and see and uncover areas upon which you can make better choices and decisions, or just want to get pre-approved to buy a house, give me a call, text me. I'm here for you. Love to chat with you, and I'll talk to you soon.